Going live. What the heck? What the living flippin' heck? And I want to say some other words. I want to invent some. Guys, we just...
Yeah, we're back now.
Yeah, we're back, yeah. So, there is nothing in our content at all that violates anything. Maybe, just maybe possibly the thumbnail, but the thumbnail doesn't even get viewed. This is the content. This is our content here. Yet we just got flagged. And by the way, we don't have any copyright strikes. I just checked. 0 copyright strikes. There is absolutely no violations. All our music is done by me. All this content that you're seeing here is done by us. Our logos are completely custom made. So there's nothing that that should be a violation. I am absolutely freaking livid right now. So the only thing I can think of is, you're right. I think it could be a troll. I think because they said that somebody had either filed a complaint or something. I mean, GW doesn't even watch us. We're not that big. We're a little 700 subscriber channel. But honestly, I mean, no, there was no reason for the strike. They didn't even give it. It just said, let me see if I can get the...
Yep, removed for violating terms of service.
Yeah.
Or a complaint of terms of service.
They received a complaint for a violation of terms of service. That's what it was. So, okay. If there's somebody in the chat or somebody out there that's watching this and you have a beef with a complaint that you might have, tell us what it is, please, so we can go ahead and take care of that. But I assure you, there is nothing in this channel that does not already belong to us.
All right, so Kaiju says he's seen it happen. He's seeing it happen a bunch of times lately. Something flags and it gets shut down for violation of guidelines in streams lately. So it's not apparently just us. It seems to be happening kind of frequently in streams lately.
I wonder if it's like that can't stand, anybody that's associated with poor Idic beer. You know, I don't know. I'm speculating, guys. I'm sorry. I'm livid. I'm absolutely livid. Bear with me. This is unbelievable. We try to put out a show, a really good content. We're just hanging out with good brothers, enjoying our time. This is our Friday night. We get to hang out, and we get some jackwagon who decides that they're going to go ahead and throw a wrench into this. Why? Because you're lonely?
Yep.
Get a freaking life. Take up knitting.
Apparently trolls have been going around lately in streams too, so it could be that. Thomas wants to lead put in an application to lead the negotiation division.
Granted.
Boffnet says we're still here and love you dudes. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We had a jackwagon incident.
Yep,
we're gonna go in. We're gonna try and focus on the positive. Yep. Get back to art of the week and sharing some of the artists we love.
We're doing art of the week. Man,
you hear Lily?
Yeah. I don't know if I feel so happy-go-lucky about that, Lily. Jesus.
All right, thank you guys for the love and support.
Absolutely.
Coming back in. We really appreciate it.
You guys are absolutely amazing. Again, as always, we can never do this without you guys. You're the reason why we're here, man. We just love hanging out with y'all. And you know what? If it got to the point to where YouTube says, "Oh, you can't do this anymore," okay, fine then. We'll just hang out without YouTube. Oh man,
it's all gravy.
Yeah,
it's
sorry,
all gravy.
guys. I do not mean to be salty. I'm just absolutely livid.
Bofnet said the awesomeness of the fantastic Goldfish of Justice artwork we were looking at was so amazing it broke the internet. That's what happened.
That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened.
Oh man.
I'm wondering if it might be images. Before I shared this, because it only occurred after I shared the Land Raider Relicar pattern, but this was on IMGUR. I don't know if there's. I don't know. Screw it.
You know what? So that's something that might be able. Goldfish of Justice is not just a phenomenal competition level painter, but he's also a commission painter.
Right.
That's something that could go on the resume right there.
Oh heck yeah, man.
Okay. Goldfish of Justice has something in common with Kim Kardashian's ass. They're both capable of breaking the internet.
Let's show that beauty again. Look at that. That's right. We are showing it. We're not scared.
This isn't an Elsination piece, Brother Warmutt. This is Goldfish of Justice, another phenomenal painting channel.
All right. Let's see what else we got.
You know what? That was a 100% true Goldfish of Justice. Let's skip that. Yeah, let's skip that Land Raider just in case.
Yeah, let me.
That was a Reddit thing or something, right?
Yeah, or something like that. So let's just.
Or Immiger.
Immiger.
Just in case, let's skip the Land Raider. Okay. This one though is Grumpy Guy Gaming.
I know that guy, and he's not a jerk.
He's a phenomenal guy.
Yeah, he is. He's an amazing guy.
Hey, check this out. So this thing I think would be an awesome looking Hellbrute, although Grumpy says it's too big to be a Hellbrute. This goes with a game he has been unboxing lately, and it is just a K. I mean, look at that. There are 3 faces at the center of that body.
That's insane.
3 freaking faces.
Dude, everything about this just is amazing. Dude, look at all the scratch marks. I mean, all the weathering, all the
fleshy bits.
Yes. I don't know, man. This
is from a game called Rich Busters, it looks like. Rich Busters. Or Reach Busters.
Yeah. Archer.
I didn't say he was a jerk. It was Grumpy Guy Gaming is a jackass. It was a jack. But that was at his request. He said that's how I could pay him back for those lovely gifts I got from him.
Oh my gosh. Anyway, moving along. Just gorgeous. Ooh.
See that detail right there? That's what I was talking about. See that? It's like 3 or 4 faces. Now tell me that doesn't scream like true chaos.
That is chaos. That is sick, dude.
Now he said it's too big to be a Hellbrute, but he said this is actually big and beefy enough to be a Chaos Knight size.
Man,
and if you think about it, it looks like the right proportions for the Malay version of the Chaos Knight. That would be really cool. That is just so cool.
Dang, dude. That is
a Night Lord Leviathan. Oh man, that would be awesome. Right. Mini Warmutt watched Grumpy Guy's unboxing of the Rich Busters. Lots of cool minis. Yeah, they've got some really, really cool miniatures. And it goes with the board. It's a board game, but for a board game, it's got some phenomenal miniatures like you would see in wargaming. Gamecraft Dragon would like to use this for a Nurgle Leviathan. That'd be cool. Just subbed to him. Awesome. I don't know if he subbed to Goldfish or Grumpy Guy Gaming. By the way, Grumpy Guy Gaming, another YouTube brother of ours that is always supporting us.
A great mentor,
and
too. Yeah.
Not only does he done this amazing looking piece here that looks just like Chaos Awesomeness, we're about to take a look at some buildings from the Marvel Crisis Protocol game that he hasn't even put up on his channel or his Instagram yet. He sent them to me as a special sneak peek for our viewers tonight for Art of the Week.
How cool is that? And yeah, and I'm gonna say, man, he is a mentor. He loves to teach, and he's been giving me tips. The guy is just a great overall guy.
Oh, absolutely. Ever since our very first showcase videos, he's been like hey guys, this is how you can improve your
Yes.
painting. And even before that, hey guys, here's how you could improve your videos.
Yeah.
Maybe mess with the sound or your lighting, or
Yeah.
look at that window effect.
That's awesome.
Look at oh my, see, that is the kind of window effect I aspire to be able to do one day. That's so
awesome.
cool.
That is really cool. Hey,
And look,
man.
you can see the individually painted bricks, and then check out that graffiti, and we'll see the graffiti a little more up close.
Okay.
That's all freehand graffiti, and it looks
Really?
like legit graffiti.
So you're telling me that Grumpy, he's a thug? You know, he's just went in.
It's just,
he's over there spray painting his own, like, aha, I'm going to vandalize
love
here.
Grumpy, and Grumpy is such a heart of gold. But he's a very serious person, kind of personality on camera sometimes, and I'm just imagining very serious looking Grumpy sitting there with a spray can graffitiing outside of this shop,
just vandalizing. Ha! I'm going to vandalize this. Ha 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 ha.
That's so cool. This building would look great. It's for Marvel, but man, sometimes I think the soldiers of the Imperium got to go defend some residential areas. This would be cool to put on one of our boards.
Yeah, they would fit there too. They're human.
I think I might want for our table setups, especially since something we got coming to the channel. We're going to be procuring our own gaming board here, so we'll have one at your place, one at my place.
Very nice.
I'm going to want to do a residential board at some point for something like this.
That would be fun. That would be amazing.
Oh, Brian says Grumpy in the hood. It's size compatible, Gamecraft Dragon says.
Oh.
Humans need to gaff when they're not fighting.
It is.
There we go.
Drinking team.
Oh, we know what people go to this building to do.
Yeah.
Some hardcore drinking going on here.
Wonder what Grumpy was drinking when he was writing this stuff. Got my vodka. And I would break this.
Something I'm really looking forward to, a project on an upcoming building. He's going to do some graffiti in his channel logo, so that'll be cool to see. Dude, look at the snake on that graffiti, all freehand.
Dang, dude.
Every scale on that snake freehand.
Oh, man. We are unworthy.
Right?
Golly.
Kaiju says, squats confirmed.
Look at it. Steve and... Ooh, Mary? Yeah, Steve and
Mary or Mandy. I think Mary.
Steve and Mary. Oh,
Steve.
Congratulations, Steve and Mary. Macy. I don't know. Whoever they are, they're responsible for this, I have to say.
Dude, can you imagine like your Hellblasters on the roof fortifying this building?
Oh, yeah. Yep. Absolutely. Blowing away some intercessors.
Steve in Italy is what G the Hyper Saiyan says. That's awesome.
Man, I love our community. I my rage was at a 10, and these guys brought it down to a 2.
We have the best community.
We do.
And it's funny because every time I'm having a stressful work week, sometimes I am literally stressful going into the show.
Yeah. And
I'm like 5 minutes before the show, I'm like, Freak, let's talk about Warhammer or something funny. I need to cool off before we get into the show. And then boom, we chat with our community a little bit, and I'm back to being a person again.
Yeah, man. Stress levels just melt. Don't they? Just like, oh man.
That lube will help you get down to a 1. let me open up this airbrush kit again. I might need that.
Oh, I was serious. Was going to go live here because I was going to see if you can pull out the lube. All right, this is
sometimes when I'm shaking up one of these bottles of paints from the sound of it, Lily from the next room is like, "What are you doing in there? What are you doing at that computer?"
Hand
checks. Look at this amazing Corsaro conversion into a Wolf Lord here.
So cool.
Isn't that great?
That is
I want to say that in the Gamecraft Dragon Discord, if you go to their channel, you can check out their Discord. I want to say in the Gamecraft Dragon Discord is where I saw this one posted. I could be wrong, though.
Such a cool.
Um,
Who is this? Let's see. We'll find out.
you are asking the wrong person about rappers. At least on my end, brother Brian.
Jonathan Missioner,
In the
Jonathan.
Warhammer 40K Space Wolves group.
Very nice.
40K Space Wolves. Actually, that might have been Thomas who sent that to me. Yeah, I know nothing about hip hop, so you're definitely asking the wrong person when you're asking me. This one was sent to me by
That's awesome,
Brother Commodore, but I just realized the artist is not listed here. That is unfortunate. I can see a logo in the background. I thought these were watermarks at the bottom of the artist, and then I realized, seeing it up now, that it's the characters that are still work in progress. So, I mean, I need to go back and try and find credit for this. But, I mean, I love this whole Toy Story cast here being done with wargaming models.
That is so well done.
The Gene Stealer Colt Triple Pistol guy is Woody here. We've got a Inceptor as a Buzz. We got the little Martian men. Greyfax is Jesse. This is so cool.
That is just so well done.
I'm going to see if I can look up the name right now as we go on to the next one.
Dave Dodge.
So this is friend of the channel, Dave Dog. Morning, Elston Nation. Good to see you, my man.
And he's at the Museo de Cera de Madrid.
I just realized it's Mr. Potato Head.
Yes.
Yeah, that Toy Story was great. And then, of course, these Ultramarines by Dave here. Look how cool this looks.
Man, yeah, dude, he's just freaking awesome.
I had no idea how awesome of painting chops that Dave had.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think I'd ever come around to seeing his work before. But man, this Ultramarines look really good.
I was gonna say really super clean highlights, man. Dang.
And as someone who almost never does edge highlighting, like, this is incredible.
Right. Man.
All right, Commodore. If Commodore comes back, if you can remember who posted that Toy Story, I would really appreciate that, man.
Okay, so here he goes, Methos. Look at this. Non-metallic. Yeah. Non-metallic. I had to look twice. Sure? Yeah, look. This is non-metallic. There's white. This is gray. At least from what I can see. I mean, if Dave Dodge can get in there and tell me differently, it looks non-metallic.
Well, it's so. I mean, either way, it looks amazing.
It looks amazing.
And G, the Hyper Saiyan is right. Those are some crisp highlights.
Yeah, it is.
Tailwork says throws the next bunch of brushes on fire.
No, man, it's just a good man. I love looking at talent like this.
Yep. You guys know that while many people hate on the Ultras, I do love me some Ultras. I've loved them ever since the book No Fear. And this is just such awesome work. Look at that eye. Look at that eye, freak.
That is crazy, man.
I know, like, in the OBS here, we can't always zoom in the right way, but man, that eye.
I know, man.
It is outlined perfectly. The iris in the middle is just like the perfect, it's colored perfectly, it's shaped perfectly. Thomas says bonfire now.
With you, brother. No, man. Only the best.
It's those intercessors, man, for sure.
Bloody hell.
I'm definitely going to need to. That is definitely something for me to chase whenever I start working on my. Oh man, I thought I deleted this one. How's that still? Oh, maybe I just deleted it for me. This is beautiful work. Beautiful work. I could not find the artist's name anywhere, so I thought I
tried to delete it.
Huh?
Is that why you were trying to delete it?
Yeah, because I try to only show things we can give credit for.
No, well,
I have no idea who painted it.
We give credit to whoever made this. So there you go.
Yeah.
This is beautiful work, whoever you are. You're seeing this. I don't think you are, but if you are, we think you're amazing.
It's funny because even though I couldn't find the credit for this, I saved it to my phone anyways, not to put on Art of the Week, but for me to keep, just because this is one of those pictures, like, it's art.
It looks so Skyrim-y. It really does. Like, this is the glass shield, It's just really cool.
Oh, yeah.
So cool, man. Okay, moving along. I just threw up in my mouth.
But you love you love the Necrons. Sorry, my mind just went to automatic auto-hate. You love the Necron. Dude, I love this airbrush style on this Necrons here.
I do like that, yeah.
It's just such a cool, amazing glow effect.
Yeah, I like the color tones, dude. They really, because a lot of people paint Necrons really.
Yes, the boobies are nice. I'm not gonna lie, but actually, the first thing I look at, because I want to do Sisters of Battle, the first thing I look at when I'm looking at a female miniature painted is I look for the skin tones.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
And for people that can pull off that soft female skin on a miniature, it always amazes me, and I always try and break it down. Like, how would I achieve that? And the answers I still don't know. I've painted a couple of female miniatures so far. They look like my other miniatures, but I need to find out how to achieve that soft female skin tone. In fact, Elster Nation, if you're still in the chat, if you run out of content at any point in the future, feel free to help us understand the secrets of a soft female skin tone. It puts the lotion onto the skin. Okay. Then it gets the hose again. Just like the soft female skin on the boobies, right, Methos? I put like 5 minutes into an actual artistic chat. They're like, but boobies, Methos.
Boobies, Methos. Oh my god.
Oh man.
Well, this is by Bill Morlock, and I do have to give credit because it does look amazing, and even the amazing Nick, Idic Beard's like OMG, he's probably just coming out of his skin seeing that.
It's funny because you guys know how if you follow certain artists for a while, you get a feel for their painting style.
Right.
When I saw this on Facebook, I knew it was Bill before I even looked at the name, because. By the way, plugging his channel, Warzone Morlock 40K, his Space Marines on his channel are some of the most phenomenally airbrushed Space Marines I've ever seen. And those Necrons just had that style. It was very Bill style. There are a couple of people whose style I would really love to emulate someday with an airbrush. And Kenny is one of them. Bill is another, and of course, who doesn't want to be like the amazing Elster Nation?
Right. I mean, people line up for days just to get a strand of his beard hair. Just.
Gamecraft Dragon says pale or pink peach undercoat, and then work up from there. I have read that tip before, and I actually bought some pink. It's like a peachy pink. Mission Models primer to try that out. So I've got 2 boxes of the Raging Heroes Repentia, and I bought this pink primer specifically for that. So I'm going to try that with my next pretty lady I paint up. Bill Morlock is a freaking boss. I definitely got to agree. Not only in his painting, because his painting is phenomenal, but as a battle report channel, yes, Bill Morlock is also a freaking boss at that too. I love the way he edits in lasers and sound effects and explosions into his battle report. Also, he starts off every battle report, either he or one of his guests will start off with a horrible pun, and I respect that. Cat Whisperer has a question. What is your question? It's not about how they look. It's about how many wounds they cause. Okay, yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, let's.
All right, I apologize. I got derailed on the chat there. What was? Or we were looking at that Calvary.
Yeah, the one that Weather actually, I think he sent that out to us. Is by Stuart Gately.
Yep. Also, my bad, Weather Pig. If you're still in the chat, we don't check our Twitter very often, and I see that you tagged us way back in April. Sorry, but we always appreciate people contributing to Art of the Week. If we don't get back to you on Twitter, it's because we haven't seen it.
Right.
That's for sure.
And we're not very professional.
But check out this awesome Thunderwolf conversion here.
Yeah. You know, for a minute, I thought it was a Griffin. But that would have been cool if it was a Griffin. The colors kind of remind me more of like the World of Warcraft. That the blue with the white. And I was like, oh, wow, that's an Imperial. That's cool.
Oh, yeah, like a Stormwind kind of color.
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, this is cool. Other shots here. Dude, I would love to do that. That would be a really cool project to find some World of Warcraft miniatures. Would that be neat, man? Based on the game? Oh, yeah. With the Griffin and oh my gosh.
Something I haven't announced yet to my friends, but I've come across a couple miniatures that would fit, but there are some things that are very Dragon Age. It's hard to find. But I want to do a diorama of the last Dragon Age role-playing game I played with the family and do each of their characters and the Archdemon from the end of the show. So kind of that same thing with the WoW miniatures. If trying to find the right miniatures to represent WoW could be a challenge. And I want to do the same thing with some Dragon Age.
Right on.
Elston Nation says female skin tones are tricky because a lot of attention is around the cheeks that they are around the cheeks, but they are rounder than males and usually warmer. Try adding in some greens and reds super thin. Definitely gonna have to try that out.
Yep. All right, so let's go on. Get out of this one. There's some really cool shots. I like this with the shield. Pretty awesome.
Yeah, the tribal kind of marks there on the shield are absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that is really cool. And that looks like it's all okay. So yeah, this is all hand painted. This is yep, that's all hand painted. I was gonna say, oh, that's pretty cool, man. All right, let's see here. All right, this right here is epic, bro. This is just crazy. Dude. This is by Stefan Broad.
Yep. So this one I've seen a few times, but somebody, and I don't remember who, sent it to me for Art of the Week this week. And the Wolf and Dreadnought that came out with the last codex, you know, they don't actually have a model for it. It's supposed to be so that way you can switch out the variant with your Venerable Dreadnoughts. This person decided to go the extra mile and actually, you know, sculpt together a Wolfen as a Dreadnought. So This is awesome.
Right. Hang on a second here. All right, dude, I love look at this, dude. The muscle, sinew, the tissue. This is incredible, dude. It's so bionic. It's so neat, man.
And a lot of this is green stuff, actually.
Really? Gosh,
yeah, this is straight up sculpted.
Man, let's see what.
Because I've seen this person do the play-by-play before.
Right. All right. So this by 2/3 paint.
Bofna says, I'm still going to measure from the base, though. Yeah, those crazy poses that hang way over the base.
Yeah.
You got to play within the rules.
All right. Yeah, definitely. This is pretty cool. So what is this army, Methos?
So this is, I don't remember who sent it to me. Some of this, I have this really delicate, health condition called CRS, and I just can't remember who sent it to me. But this kind of stood out to me because it's so similar to my color scheme. That really bright blue, like I use Caldor Sky for the blue of my Space Wolves on the shoulder, and then my armor is usually black, but highlighting up to gray, and this kind of silvery with the same kind of blue. It felt very reminiscent of my color scheme. So I don't know. I felt a kindred spirit here.
I find it interesting that they used like a bronze to do a shade. That's really cool. Moving right along.
I believe that was indeed a two-sided axe kaiju. I believe that was the one that comes with the Venerable Dreadnought kit. Someone redid the Akira poster with the Blood Angel and the new Primaris Space Marine bikes.
That's cool.
I thought that was pretty neat. This, unfortunately, again, I don't have the original poster on it. This one has just been shared a lot around Facebook and stuff, but I thought it was really neat.
Pretty wild.
Thank you very much, Big D, for sharing a skin tutorial with me.
Awesome.
Go ahead.
This is by Sergio Calvo Miniatures.
Speaking of some really great skin work there, and awesome with the highlighting of the muscles there. I mean, that is a savage looking work, isn't it?
It looks like a painting. It looks.
That's what I was about to say. It looks like somebody really. I mean, this looks like canvas work, right? This looks like you might see this hanging up somewhere on somebody's wall. Yeah, this is definitely a more workout style work.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely. I love the tribal. Yeah, I love the tribal paint. Man, that's super cool looking. I wonder what size that is. That's interesting to know. Like, what is that? What's the scale?
Oh yeah, what scale is?
Yeah.
Would it be used for? Could it be used for wargaming? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
If anyone is familiar with what this sculpt is, yeah, we would be interested. Throws my brushes. You might as well add my brushes.
Yeah, me too.
To the pile.
Yep, bring them all in there. Really talented people, man.
That's incredible. By the way, again, guys, we really appreciate everybody who submitted something to Art of the Week.
Yep.
Celebrating amazing artists in this community is one of our favorite things to do during this show.
And we're going to get to as much as we can, honestly, because I'm dying to see more. I love Art of the Week, man, and so Miniatures Vault. By the way, this is by.
Look at the shading on that cloth around his waist.
Incredible, man. Okay, what impresses me the most is look at all the writing on the seal. On it,
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
The way these reds and blues work together, it feels like a freaking video game.
Right.
Like a video game. Like specifically like one of those cell shaded kind of video games like Borderlands. Right. That's the kind of vibe this gives me.
Yep. I love it. Look at it. Dual plasma.
That's
cool.
awesome.
And look at the glow. That's cool. Okay, I have never done this before. That is a really cool idea. Oh,
putting the glow inside the barrel of the plasma?
Yeah,
I've been doing that lately. Like with my white scars, I've started putting the glow in the barrel too.
Pretty crazy, man. All right, let's take a lower. Who did this? Who did this?
I'm pretty sure we'll get to the it'll be in one of the frames of who did this. But this is one of the pieces that has been done by Lady Dragon. I think she's got it more done now. This is just one of those work in progress pictures that I grabbed from her Facebook last week when I meant to throw it up on art of the week last week.
Okay, well,
I was watching their Tuesday show earlier today, and a great show, by the way. The Gamecraft Dragon does a live show every week, as we all know, and it's always great work. And I'm pretty sure from what I saw then, she had it more done then. But it's just such incredible work. She did that. She's going for a non-metallic bronze effect that looked so really, really good there. And I love that bronzy kind of like tan skin on this shield maiden type character here. Very cool. Very cool.
Very nice, man. She is a talented lady.
She is incredibly talented. We are all super jealous
Indeed.
of the great Lady D.
Speaking of,
there we go. I was about to say, I know I had it somewhere. Also, she has a variety of models she's been working on, which I love the variety. And, as a hobby butterfly myself, I can always appreciate when somebody, really flexes their hobby muscles and works on a little bit of everything. At least that makes me feel better about myself when I do the same thing, looks around at all the half-finished projects around me.
I think Methos does too, Kaiju.
Definitely looking at the more rounded cheeks. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Okay, that's the Amazon figure from Artisans Guild.
Wow, this is so cool looking.
I have I'm going to have to try and get Brother Oni to hook me up with more of the these 3D printer kind of models. Because every time I see, I have to say, Gamecraft Dragon really, really has been making the 3D printing, resin stuff look really attractive lately. Because I see all the cool stuff they print out. I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Where can you get this stuff? Oh, well, you got to download the SDL. And okay. Well,
is this stuff?
I just want to buy these.
Is
models.
any of this stuff printed?
The Amazon with the shield we were looking at, the sword and shield we were looking at, that one is. Then two of the unpainted ones below were 3D printed.
Find that again.
This, I think, is an Age of Sigmar model. But the other ones we were looking at, everything. So basically everything but that Age of Sigmar model.
Wow. So I imagine that's all resin, huh? That's resin.
Yeah. He has been printing up a storm.
Man.
All amazing pieces. I called it. He said everything but the Night Haunt. Dragon Master Spicy in the house. Jam Jar 34. Good to see you, my man.
I know it is him when I see all those Brontosauruses.
Yep. A lot of people refer to him as the Dino Man.
Dino Man.
In the Discords and stuff.
I love it, dude.
Or the Master of the Herd.
Love it, dude.
Speaking of masters, we got Brother Meeks here. Ultimate Wolf Lord.
Yep.
And he is calling it done on his Ragnar here.
Gorgeous work, man.
How grim, dark, and awesome does that look?
Man, that looks really crazy.
What's really cool is this started out as a more traditional Space Wolf bluish color. But through the use of different washes, including oil washes and other washes, he's taken it down to that grim, dark style tone there. So really cool.
Oh, yeah. He looks pretty pissed.
I got to say, I'm so impressed because I've seen Brother Meeks' painting just transform in the last, year. I think he's passed me up, bro.
Definitely somewhere, bro. He's killing it. Dang it.
By the way, Jam Jar has been doing some live streams and stuff like that of building Archeon from Age of Sigmar, and soon he'll be painting up Archeon, and I know he's just going to do a badass job on that.
Very nice. Stuff this 8 painting.
I got to say right off the bat, I love the contrast between the red and the blue, and then the pink flames.
Yep.
All those colors just look great together.
Yeah, it does. It definitely brings it up.
It really pops. You could see him casting those spells from the other side of the room if you were at the store playing. You could look over 5 tables from now and be like, oh man, that's a cool looking wizard on the on that table over there. And then, of course, one of the one of those people would be like, it's a psyker, not a wizard. Sorry.
Sorry. This is by Warzone Studio.
Jam Jar says, hope you're feeling better, Freak. You have been missed, Lord Freak.
I appreciate that. No, I am feeling much better. I am almost 100%, honestly. Been doing way better after kicking the puppies. They've been sleeping on their own little beds for a week now. And yeah, Daddy's happy. Yep, I'm good. Thank you so much, man.
Warzone Studio says, I don't envy this squig. And you can see this big old squig blown up like a balloon floating off this blimp.
That's so wrong.
Which probably only works because of the resonance. They just believe hard enough that this squig will float. And boom, the airship floats away. Such a cool piece.
Let it happen.
Just let it happen.
Wow.
Some more orky goodness.
By Mechanical Forge.
It seems like I cannot scroll through Instagram without seeing a phenomenal looking Gazgul. And speaking of phenomenal looking Gazguls, if you've been following the Chilling Wargamers painting episodes lately, their live streams, Brother Spud finished up his Gazgul earlier this week during their Thursday stream. And I would have shown it off tonight, but I have not asked for his permission to show off. I don't know if he's going to be doing a showcase video, and I don't want to show it before he has a chance to showcase it. But I'm going to try and see if I can get some permission before next week's show. But his Gazgul looks just absolutely like knockdown, drag out, incredible, phenomenal. Yeah. Speaking of incredible looking Gazguls, though, look at this guy here.
Oh, I'm looking. Just crazy, man.
Just, I mean, the horns, the armor, the claw. That claw really stands out. Like, it looks sharp and shiny. Like it looks like a piece of metal. Who Took My Die says, hello, gents. You guys are rocking it as usual. Watching while taking care of the little ones who fractured his arm. Keep being awesome.
Tell him to stop picking his nose, dang it.
Elstonation gives us permission, so we might be looking at another Gazgul here in a minute.
Oh, dang. That is so cool. Moving along. Moving right along. Okay, everybody get ready. Methos, keep it calm.
All right, guys. Now, again, with this female skin, we really want to focus in on the cheeks here.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Well, oh.
Yes, specifically facial cheeks, of course. But the artist is going to be in one of these pictures because it's one of those Facebook ones. So I only have the block with the name on one. First of all, okay, yes, it is a lovely lady. But look at all these reflections in the armor and the sword. Now, this is a level of non-metallic metal. It's just mind-blowing to me. Like, how long do you think it took her to paint all these little reflections in just that one sword, Freak?
What?
The reflections in the sword.
Oh. Yeah, the sword.
God dang it, Freak.
I think it quite some time,
You guys know I love my cheesecake, but I'm trying to actually talk art stuff here.
Well, let's just move it a little further. I mean, I think it'll be better representation there. Yeah, that's better. Yeah, let's talk about the sword again.
Oy vey. There is those peachy pink tones that we mentioned earlier, though. Now, again, yes, this is a lovely model from all angles. I am going to just go ahead and get that out of the way, because I know that I'm going to gotta love that practical armor. Okay, yeah, maybe it's not super practical armor, but I do love some cheesecake in my models. But cheesecake aside, like the skin tones, again, phenomenal. This armor, the swords, just everything about this paint job is amazing. Mm-hmm. And then we get to the face. Look at the details on her face, dude. Look at that lips and eyes. It's just crazy. And then not just the armor, but if you look at all the gold accents on the armor as well, you can see that same kind of non-metallic shading. Now, everything's got a reflection. It's just incredible.
She forgot some of the armor. Isn't it?
Isn't it? This is definitely an anime-esque kind of piece. But between the bikini armor and the oversized sword, this definitely has a very anime feel.
Back.
There's the logo. Okay, wait.
Hang on.
Okay, there it is.
One more.
I'm about to say, I know I have the credit somewhere in this picture. There we go.
Geek Gazpacho miniatures.
Amazing.
I agree.
Amazing.
I agree. Wow.
It's amazing how Methos is still focusing on the armor. That's some strong will there. Hentai. This is not a hentai piece. Trust me. Your Wolf Brother is someone who watches some hentai, and this is far from hentai. This is like Final Fantasy kind of stuff here with the bikini armor and the oversized sword.
Oh my god.
You're about to get a second terms of service violation to different angles. How does she march with a sword that big? Where's the scabbard? Final Fantasy logic, brother. Final Fantasy logic.
Where does she put it?
Somehow she's able to place it on her back with no ties, tethers, or anything whatsoever, and without cutting herself.
Wow. That's
Final Fantasy logic.
Amazing clinching power.
Wow.
What?
Why?
What?
Why would you take it there?
Rabbit
Dog Studios is what's up next.
Who else could she carry that?
So
look, Mom, no hands. Okay.
I'm like video game logic, and you're like clenching power. Jesus. Anyways, Lady Olander. I've not seen a bright color scheme like this on Lady Olander before.
This is
it's only because that Lily Cash. Lily lets me appreciate female beauty, and in fact, I appreciate female beauty. There we go.
I appreciate that she appreciates female beauty. We all
because we all know that at the end of the night, the female beauty I'm going to be appreciating the most is right here.
Right.
Why, hello there. How you doing? Anyways.
So cool.
I don't even know what the design is that goes in the cloak, but I love how the cloak goes from like a really dark purple to a blue to these, orange, yellow lines at the bottom. It's just very eye-catching.
Yeah. It is so warp looking.
I have not forgotten about Lady D's, but let me rephrase that. So the silvery white is a bright version as well, but I think of white as a pale color. I just meant like I haven't seen something like maybe I haven't seen one this colorful. Right. Is a better way for me to say it.
Right.
There's a lot of colors on here, and I'm not saying one is better than the other. I'm just saying this is a take on the lady I hadn't seen yet. I'm definitely not saying that one is better than the other. In fact, I'm going to put the shovel down now and crawl out of this ditch and move on, Carl Finch. Use your words better, Methos. You're right. Oh, 2 shots.
2 shots.
I'm going to put that to the chat. So if we're playing the Frost and Fizz drinking game and the Methos buzzword to take a shot is you right, what is the freak buzzword? You guys let me know down in the comments below. What is something freak might say that might cause you guys to take a shot? Anyways, we're moving on to...
It's Methos. Say you're right.
So we're looking at C. Finch 0775, and my man Carl here has done one of the coolest looking impulsors I've seen so far. First of all, like I've said many times before, my Space Wolves are black with blue accents, so I appreciate and love this color scheme here. But also, I didn't appreciate how much the Impulsor, if you painted it black like this, would look like the Batmobile. My luck is terrible. Take a shot.
Look what Bob that says. I'm drinking anytime you guys say a word with a vowel in it.
Oh, man. Some of the other ones are coming. My luck is terrible. Ones again. Oh, man. We're definitely going to have to make us some dice that say,
Yes.
you know, that have freaks on the ones.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, and we were actually thinking of the design, guys. We were looking at. Gary is Grumpy. Hey, good morning, Grumpy.
Oh, Grumpy, we were showing off that amazing Chaos guy from Rich Busters earlier that looked incredible, and your Marvel Protocol building, and oh my gosh, and the graffiti, all of that looked amazing.
Building, yeah, man, super cool. But anyway, we were talking about, you know, what our design for dice whenever it comes time to do that, and we're gonna have like a 6 will be the logo, right, and then the 1 will be like freak, an exclamation. So you'll know if you roll the ones. You can tell if you roll the ones. If you roll a 6,
yep.
You roll the logo.
It'll become a community saying to roll. Man, and I rolled a freak for that armor save.
Right? Oh, you did bad.
Oh, guys, I blew up my own plasma guns. I overcharged and rolled a freak.
Yep.
That's going to be fun. Anyways, back to Carl's amazing Impulsor here.
Damn it, Carl.
Again, it just has a very Batmobile kind of feel to it. I really, really love his color scheme here. And I love the black is the main armor, and then it looks like the Space Wolf Fenrisian gray as the accent color, which really makes it pop more.
Right.
So freak as a verb, and not the way that other people use freaking as a verb.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The Pale Orc.
The Pale Orc. I went ahead and re-threw this back up there because this is another one of those scratch builds I love so much, and I can't remember if we got around to showing this one off or not before. I feel like I showed this when I was on with Lady Dragon before, but I can't be sure. And again, I just love Pale Orc's work, so I figured, you know what?
You can't get
if it's on a second time, it's worth a second view. It just looks that good.
Yeah, you can't get enough of Pale.
And you know what? I don't even remember, because again, I don't know my Orc tanks very well, but I don't remember which one it's supposed to be. But
what is this?
Super cool.
Yeah.
Here we have a boatload of conversions from Hellworks by Hellchild, doing up his custom retinue. Just all kinds of rule of cool conversions here. I especially love the Wolf Lord jumping off the shield of one of his Wolf Guard. That's just super cool.
That is awesome.
You can see other ones here, like his Terminator with the assault cannon. You can see his Eviscerator guy with the dude with the leather mask of the 30K Wolves. So much cool stuff here.
Isn't that Captain America move? You know, where he jumped on a shield and then he just boosts him. Didn't I see that? That is so cool.
Yeah. Just absolutely cool kit bashes, brother. And he's actually, oh man, I didn't send the painted pictures too, but he does a lot of cool kit bashing, but he actually has gotten around to starting painting too. So I'm excited to see those amazing kit bashes painted up. This guy, we mention him all the time. We mentioned this channel. Go check out Chilling Wargamers. This is painted up on their stream this week. And he's been working on Gazgul pretty nonstop for about a week now. And this is Brother Spud and his finished Gazgul. And he accidentally, quote unquote, bought another one this morning. He loved painting up Gaz that much. And said that there are things he wishes he could improve. And I think one of the things he wants to paint another one for. I can't see why anyone would need to improve anything. This is just absolutely incredible.
What? This thing
is said, where are the baubles? So one of the things, if you don't know about Spud, especially on like, I heard this complaint for the first time when he was talking about 30K Space Marine armor, the baubles, as he calls them, the big studs in the armor. A lot of people like the studs because they look, like extra reinforcement in the armor. Spud can't stand extra studs or baubles in the armor. So one of the things you may notice here, it's hard to notice, he's actually gone through and cut off 90% of all the rivets on this model.
That's funny. His rivets, my iron sights. I get it.
Yeah. He's like, why? What do these rivets need to be here for? He's like, we're making armor in the 41st millennium and we haven't moved past rivets yet. Kaiju says the baubles do nothing. That's exactly how Spud feels. So he has shaved them all off. Baubles gone. Look at that face. Oh, this is such a great zoom in. Spud can take some great pictures, guys.
Yeah, I can.
Most of the time, a zoom in on a face this good would either do two things. It wouldn't be in focus, or it would be so in focus you'd start seeing. I mean, a lot of people, when you zoom in this much, you start seeing texture in their painting. And Spud really paints in super thin layers, guys. You look how smooth. I mean, even zoomed in this close, look how smooth his paint job is.
Work, yeah.
Super smooth. That face, so many tones, warmth, color. Like you could see the parts of his face that have the most blood flow, if you think about it. The gums look pink and gummy. Product placement. Check out the Luke's APS gaming in the background. And I use and that is some of that ready basing from Geek Gaming on the bottom of Gazgul there as well. I like Geek Gaming's ready basing products as well. So definitely check that out. I don't know if that's intentional product placement, but if so, it's good product placement. Those claws look super duper sharp, guys. I love the way he's done the claws. The red accent, look at those red accents and how they kind of fade into the darker armor color.
Oh, I'm looking.
Extremely, extremely well done red armor.
Oh, the close-up.
Also, I love the tusks there. I mean, they really got a bone-like consistency to that color. Like it's nice and dark in the recesses of the bone and stuff like that. I mean, it's just, again, incredible work. I absolutely love Spud's Gazgul. This just looks amazing. And to love this model so much, he went and bought a second one. I mean, that's commitment. Yeah, he said he accidentally bought a Prophecy of the Wolf today.
Accidentally?
Accidentally.
So you did one of your things, like walk through the corridor or the rows of miniatures and tripped and accidentally fell on, one of the shelves where it had oh my gosh, look what's on my hand. I can't shake it off. I think I got a cramp and I can't open my hand back up. I guess I'll have to take it with me.
He ordered online, so I think it was an accidental cramp in the hand on his mouth.
Quick perk.
Gamecraft Dragon asks, what base size is Gaz on? My box set is actually in the living room, so I actually don't have access to that information right now. But I can hit you up after the stream and let you know. All right. I guess that is all of our art of the week, huh?
We went through it.
I think we're finally caught up, my brother.
We went through it. Oh, I'm so excited, dude.
We got a few articles. If you want to pick one or two to do before the closing of the show.
Well, if we can do
emo?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we got to do some emo. And here we go.
And you don't know how to feel, just count on Chaplain Emo and his joy will make you squeal. So when the world is down, you want to scream, just listen to the words of Chaplain Emo.
Chaplain, it is so good to see you again after weeks that, by the way, we really appreciate that while Freak was out sick, you stood by his side giving litanies from the Emperor, or in other words of wisdom, or whatever it is you said to him, whispering into his ear. I assume it was words of wisdom and not romantic quips or things like that. But I appreciate you hanging by Freak's side while he was out sick. And now that you're back, I want to know what's going on in the mind of the great Chaplain. What is someone who just sits in there and bathes in the Emperor's light? Where's your head at right now? What is the word that you bring to us from Holy Terror?
Opening Vox communication. Come in, Felix command. Felix, come in. Over.
This is Felix Command. We read you.
Yes, I was wondering if you could tell me, how are you?
What?
You know, we haven't talked in a while, and...
Don't ever call back again. This is the
Oh,
5th time you've called. Stop wasting our time.
I'm sorry, I won't call anymore.
A friend, you know? He could call me. Chaplain could call me.
Yeah,
It's
give him
okay.
your number. Let him call you. I don't want him calling me. He kept giving me wet willies the whole time I was.
Well, I mean, you know, think about all that helpful advice he gave you when you were doing your top 3 model countdown.
That wasn't helpful. Yeah.
Words of wisdom. Wow. Keep walking, Emo. Wow. He's so mean. Botnet says, all these people loving Gazgul, let's not forget that he had his arse kicked by Commissar Yarrick.
Do that.
That he did. And actually getting to see that in the beginning of Hell's Reach was pretty awesome.
That was pretty cool.
All right. So, do you want to talk any about the new stuff?
Yeah, let's just. We got a few minutes. Let's do it. Let's.
Yeah, we got
let me
good 10 minutes. We can pick one of those, maybe 2. And
brother, I'm just gonna throw one up there. Is there anyone in particular that you want to throw up there, bud? Ooh, the pre-order. Ooh, how about that?
let's. As much as I want to talk about the AdMech stuff,
Okay.
I feel like that might need more time than we have.
Yeah.
Plus, our thumbnail was kind of about the
pretty much. We'll do that.
9th edition stuff.
Okay, we'll do that. Tell me.
So
Yep, hang
let's pick one of those. There's a couple of different new edition ones. The Game You Love But Better could be a good one. Actually, that's a good place to start.
on.
And then 4 sizes fit all. Yeah, let's pick those 2.
4 sizes.
Lots of votes for board size, so we'll definitely make sure we talk about that one. But I wanted to do the first one. The
first one with the 2 guys. So kind of what we had our.
the Game You Love But Better, just
Okay.
because that's going to lead up to the board size.
Gotcha. Go. Okay.
Also, because of my tagline in the description, size does matter.
Okay. Is this it, Methos?
Still catching up.
There
There we go. All right, let's take a look at what it says. And we can just hit the high points. We don't need to go through the whole thing.
Excuse me.
So, of course, the command points, we all know, add a ton of flavor to the game, a lot of strategy and tactics. And stacking your abilities and making good use of command points is one of the best ways to make your army efficient in battle, right? Well, going down, we know that they're changing the way command points work. Instead of using detachments to build up your command points, we're all starting the game with a set number here. And let's pause at this table. So we're all starting at a set number of command points, and then detachments will cost us points. So everybody, there's a lot of negativity around this. Like, why does it cost me command points to run a detachment? But it's because you're starting with free command points and then you're spending them, right?
Right.
So up to 500 points, that's considered a combat patrol game. So you'll have 3 command points. Up to 1,000 points, you'll have an incursion level game. So that'll be 6 command points. Typically, where Freak and I live, usually between 1,800 and 2,000 points.
Yeah.
So a strike force, so 12 command points. That'll be cool. That's about that'll. I mean, for me, who's usually running an outrider detachment, whether it's cavalry or bikes, I'm usually in an outrider detachment. So this will be the most command points I'll have ever had.
That's right.
Like, is this what it's like to have command points?
He'll be holding them. I don't want to let them go.
They're mine. Aren't you going to spend those?
The pressure. Right. Starts hissing.
And if you play a really big boy game between 2,000 and 3,000, that'll be an onslaught level game with 18 big boys.
Big boy.
That'll be pretty cool. Now, detachments, like I said, are going to work differently. We're not stacking on as many detachments as possible to try and get a bunch of command points. So what they're actually going to do is in your core ones, so they said patrol detachment, battalion, your go-to with the troops, or a battalion or brigade. If your warlord is in one of those, what they call core detachments, your first detachment is free. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So again, I wish it wasn't on those base ones, because I'm like, what about outriders? We're gonna have to pay for a little bit, but I mean, it shouldn't be too much. But I guess it is a good thing that I bought those troop choices for my white scars, though, because I do love my outrider detachments. What about bikes? Can we fit in more bikes? Can we put bikes in our bikes? But this is still pretty cool. They mentioned here, okay, so this is again what battalions look like. And of course, if I put in those troop choices, you can see there's still a lot of stuff that you can add on. We all think of, because we're used to the minimum size detachments, trying to get as many command points as possible.
Right.
But a lot of times we forget there's a lot of extra shit that can fit in a battalion.
Yep.
So you pay your tax, right? 2 HQs and 3 troops. But then you can take up to 3 more extra troops. Elites, you can take a whole bunch of 3 fast attack, 3 heavy support, 2 flyers. But there's still a lot of shit you can fit in a battalion. Now, you're going to want to fit as much into each detachment as possible, because remember, just like a good drug dealer, only the first one is free.
Why?
So,
why? That's a reference for all you crackheads out there. Meth heads are welcome too.
So only the first one is free. So you're going to want to load up your battalion as big, or your whatever detachment you're taking, as big as possible. They're also introducing a command phase. And a lot of people have been theorizing for this. This has been coming for a while. And I think the first person I heard mention this is Spect. Great channel, by the way. One of the friends of the channel. He's been talking about for a while how they're merging this to be kind of similar to Age of Sigmar. And he's been saying that we would probably be getting a hero phase like Age of Sigmar for a while. And now we are getting something called the command phase. And you can see it's consolidating our objectives and making a lot of our buffs are going to go on in the command phase and stuff like that, which I think is something that they were testing the waters with the chaplains and stuff like that, how the chaplains' abilities happen at the beginning of the turn, right? So we may see more of those abilities come into this command phase. Oh, I for real thought that our Kaiju says your stream has been ended again due to violations.
Yeah, I had to do a double
I
take.
thought for a second there he was being serious, and I realized that it was the crack dealer reference. If you use 1 Battle Force detachment with your warlord in it, you get the 3 CP back. Yeah, that's true, but they said specifically the core ones. So not just any Battle Force, they specifically said patrol, battalion, or brigade. No, it's all good, Kaiju. It was a good joke. Some new stratagems like cut them down. When an enemy falls back, you get to do some mortal wounds on 6s for 1 command point. So that's pretty cool. And then one of the examples they give is if you have a whole squad of 30 orcs backing up from combat, which of course, orcs aren't going to want to do, but it's a good example. Well, that's 30 dice you get to roll and see how many mortal wounds you deal. So that's pretty cool. It's a great little ability. And potentially, if you're having a big squad fall back from you, potentially very cost efficient for 1 CP. All right, moving on to the next one. Oh, I love the little note there. The loyal 2, they served us well. This is definitely
Why is it doing this?
What's happening?
It's just me, dummy.
Oh, you scared me.
Oh, it's just no.
Lars has joined us. Wonder what engagement range is. That's a good question. Hellchild says I was waiting for the stream to end again. All right, so looking at this, getting the scale right. So again, changing the sizes. And remember, they said that this is going to be 4 sizes to fit them all. So again, they're giving us options here, right? So the number of detachments you can use in a patrol game. Combat patrol, remember, is only up to 500 points. So it makes sense to only have 1 detachment in 500 points. In an incursion game up to 1,000 points, you only 2 detachments. And again, that seems like a lot to fit into a 1,000-point game. A strike force, 3 detachments, so up to 2,000. And that's something we've seen a lot in tournaments and stuff like that. 2,000-point tournaments, 3 detachments, because people were trying to get the maximum number of command points before. And then if you go up to a big boy, 2,000 to 3,000-point game, 4 detachments. So makes sense. I laugh at these battle sizes. So if you're playing a combat patrol game, that should only take you an hour to play. If you're playing a 1,000-point game, that should only take you 2 hours to play, Freak.
Oh, on what planet? What universe?
I think they left off a 0 on some of these, Freak. At least here on the Frosted Fist.
Oh, yeah. There we go.
All right, we're going to skip that part. Skip past that part.
That doesn't apply to us.
Durations mean nothing to us who are nothing to plebs like us. Create the battlefield. So they've done away with the traditional 6x4, which Gamecraft Dragon said he just built a custom table for 9th edition, and now they've gone and changed the sizes on them. Sorry. Those detachment limits are to control soup armies. Absolutely. I'm glad that they're taking multiple steps to control soup armies. The board size angers me, but the math is based on kill team boards. That's pretty interesting. So a combat patrol or an incursion, so all the way up to 1,000 points, a 44 by 30, which I miss having clean feet, a clean 4 foot by 6 foot, because it's like almost 4 feet by almost 3 feet. It's not going to be that bad. I mean, we're just going to mark down, basically we'll take our 6x4 boards and we'll have cup holder areas now where that extra space is. Right. So it'll be fine. The strike force up to 2,000 points is going to be 44 by 60, so a little bit wide, a little bit longer. And then a big onslaught game is still going to be 44, so it's always going to be the same width, but the long ways is going to be 44 by 90.
Right.
A 1,000 is 4, 2K is 6. Well, I was just saying clean foot numbers because 44 is technically 4 inches off of 4 feet.
Right.
So I mean it's about the same, but it's a few inches off is all I was saying.
You Wargaming with Gary. Morning.
Wargaming with Gary. Good to see you, my brother. Thank you so much for joining us. Another channel that I enjoy. Awesome updates, fantastic historicals, really great orc armies. And he does a whole bunch of different brands of orcs. It's not just one brand. I mean, I've seen some incredible multiple brands that works on Wargaming with Gary. We will see the board packs for Realm of Battle sets. Calling it. Okay. If I knew what that meant, I might agree with you.
Yeah, I think so too. I think they're getting into the they're going to get into the terrain and into the board sales. Yeah.
I mean, so. They definitely in this last edition produced more terrain than ever before. So this is just going to be the next step of that.
Yep. Dang it, Kaiju.
What was the reference? I didn't catch it.
Well, Wargaming with Gary.
Oh, okay. The snail. Why do I know that?
Gary.
Anyways, we have a new mission type here called Incisive Attack. And this is for one of the smaller board missions. It's a combat patrol mission, so we're only looking at 44 by 30. So this is less than a 4x4 square. So it's a nice small board. And check out, if you'll scroll down, Freak, take a look at this interesting mission type. Hey, we got a thumbs down.
Awesome.
That's all YouTube interactions.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
It's all gravy, baby. It's all gravy. Although, I always encourage, if feedback is always best. If anyone does, for some reason, find that they would like to give us the thumbs down, always tell us what you'd like to see better. How can we improve?
Yeah, we'll talk later.
So taking a look at this mission, Freak, you want to read her out there?
Sure. Yeah. All right. Mission briefing. Okay, I'll just do it. 2 forces have dug in and fought into a stalemate, adopting a new approach to the war. Opportunistic band of warriors now venture forth into no man's land to seize vital ground and defeat the enemy with a surgical assault across the front. So the mission rules are sweep and clear. In this mission, if you control an objective marker at the end of your command phase, it remains under your control, even if you have no models within range of it, unless your opponent controls it at the end of any subsequent phase.
So that's pretty cool. I mean, even if your models get killed off the objective, unless the enemy comes and takes that objective, it's still yours.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
Yep. Primary objectives are victory points are awarded for controlling objective markers as follows. You take and hold, which is the first one, which is a progressive one. At the end of each player's command phase, the player whose turn it is scores 5. Oh, God, I can't even read. The player whose turn it is scores 5 victory points for each of the following conditions they satisfy, for a maximum of 15 victory points. And here are the bullets. They control 1 or more objective markers, or they control 2 or more objective markers, or they control more objective markers than their opponent controls.
Pretty cool. So it's all about capturing it. And if what we saw earlier in the last one, where there's the command phase, it says command phase is where you secure your objectives, right?
Yep.
So if you're holding it when the beginning of your turn comes around, you could score up to 15 points that turn.
Yep.
On just primaries. That's pretty cool.
Yep. Have a
and
good
even
day
if
at work,
you get
Grumpy.
pulled off the objective,
right?
You still hold it until somebody else comes and takes it.
Yep.
Have a great day at work, Grumpy. Thank you so much for stopping in, and thank you for sharing your awesome artwork with us. It was definitely a hit on Art of the Week. Thank you so much.
Yes, you're the cause of everyone burning their stuff in a bonfire, but we love you anyway. All right. Primary objective cannot be scored in the first battle round. The secondary objectives in this mission, when the players are selecting their secondary objectives, they can, if they wish, choose for one of them to be a surgical assault. Below, a surgical assault for 5 victory points if you control the objective marker in your opponent's deployment zone at the end of your turn.
That's pretty cool. So that that actually looks like a really interesting game type. I actually I know we definitely both want to get some of the new stuff when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to play this mission whenever this new stuff comes out, Freak.
Let's make that the first one then.
Yeah, we'll make our first game something small enough for a combat patrol, like 500 points, and we'll do one of these games. Hey, 500 points! I think I have. I mean, I'm sure I'll have 500 points of orcs painted up by then. Maybe that'll be the maiden voyage of my orcs.
That would be cool, right? Oh man, Imperial Fist versus orcs! Holy crap!
Oh man, how thematic is that?
Right? That'd be epic. Xeno scum. What?
Whoa.
Going on patrol. You want me to read this part?
Sure.
On the topic of combat patrol, though many of you will be familiar with fighting battles that roughly equate to the size of incursion, approximately 50 power to 1,000 points, strike force, which is approximately 100 power or 2,000 points, and even onslaught, which is 3,000 points. Combat patrol is aimed specifically at small-scale skirmishes and vanguard operations. As such, it is a perfect size for lunchtime games, as you should... What? Not in the universe. Sorry. As you should easily be able to finish in under an hour. And
you know what? Maybe... I don't know, because a new edition, we might be learning rules, but maybe not the first one, but let's make that a goal for us.
Gotta work. Let's make a goal.
Yeah, so like maybe third, we'll pace ourselves, but like let's say maybe the first two learning, maybe the third one or maybe the fifth one, we're like, let's try and crank out a 500-point game within the recommended 1 hour and see if we, together as the Frost and Fist, can actually do that instead of turning a 1 hour game into a 9 hour game.
Yeah, no, that sounds great. And then all of a sudden, 10th edition came out. What?
Well, like I said, we'll make it something early. Third game, fifth game. We'll caffeinate up.
I like it.
We'll
it's
have
a goal.
Focus attention and coffee.
Yes.
And we'll really be focused and we'll try and stay on topic. Who knows? Maybe one of our amazing brothers who are really good with rules, like Brother Ethan or Brother Roxas, will help keep us on topic.
That's good. Combat Patrol is a great way to get started with the game if you're taking your first steps into the grim darkness of the far future or already a fan of Warhammer 40k Kill Team. They are and are looking to make the jump over to a larger scale game, as it is a really accessible collection milestone to aim for. If you're already an experienced Warhammer 40k player, it's a great scale to play while you're learning the new edition and perfect for kicking off your Crusade campaign. Combat patrols are compact, easy to set up and break down, as well as quick and thoroughly rewarding to play.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Now, we are 10 minutes over the top of the hour. Of course, there's lots more news this week, and we will try to catch up on news when we do the show next week. Mm-hmm. Speaking of next week, we'll actually have two opportunities to catch up on, talking about these topics, because next Saturday is going to be our UK friendly show.
Yeah. So excited about that, man. Can't wait.
Yeah. So, of course, our UK friendly shows are usually at 10 o'clock here, U.S. Central Time, and 4 p.m. over in the UK. So it is our time that we actually try and have a reasonable show, reasonably timed show for our friends there in the UK, not waking up in the middle of the sleep. And by the way, those of you that are here from the UK or Spain or Europe, we really appreciate you guys being with us, even though we're in the middle of your normal sleep time. Doesn't everyone carry their army to work with them just in case they can fit it in during lunch? Maybe of course.
Sure. Maybe in the UK, man.
Funny thing about that, I left my carrying case in my car one time because Freak and I had a match at the game shop after work, and I didn't want to have to go home and pick up my army. And the fine cast on Arjac melted the face and hammer because of the Texas heat. Like, even in my carrying case, just the fine cast just melted and ruined my Arjac. But I ended up converting him into a better Arjac later on, so actually a blessing in disguise.
Get my strong hand.
Oh my God.
Sorry.
So we've had some really amazing people in the chat, and I feel like you guys have a great night, G the Hyper Sapie. We were just about to call it anyways. Really appreciate you guys tonight. You guys have been amazing supporting us, even after having to close down the stream and start it back up. Really appreciate all of you. Thank you so much. Freakaliciousness, do you have any closing thoughts?
No, man. I'm really. Thanks to everyone again for the well wishes. I'm feeling under 10% better. Again, if I would rate 1 to 10 on the pain scale, I'd say maybe about a 1. You know, still doing stretching, still doing the cold and the hot. Definitely doing way better. Thank you again so much for your thoughts on that. By the way, please continue to stay safe, you guys. Hey, Running Bear, hiya, man.
Running Bear, good to see you.
It's sad we're kind of like hi and bye, but anyway. So now I'm really excited about 9th edition. The more I'm seeing and reading about it, the more I'm getting a little excited about it. I mean, I'm getting slightly overwhelmed. You know my personality. You know, when you have a lot of stuff thrown at you at once, you know, it's just like, you know. Yeah. But you know, we're slowly digesting it, and you know, we'll see how it all turns out. So pretty excited.
Absolutely, and I think that's one of the reasons why it's really good for us to do these news updates and take the bite-sized pieces instead of just getting the whole rule set thrown to us whenever they release. And I'm sure there will be amazing people out there doing how to play 9th edition tutorials when it happens. So we'll make sure to get all learned up.
Definitely, man.
Closing thoughts for me. Again, super stoked with our community, supporting us even through some technical difficulties tonight. Really thrilled with that. I'm definitely looking forward to this 9th edition stuff. I have to admit, I was comfortable with 8th edition, and you know, now it's time to learn something new. But you know, sometimes it's okay to be shaken up out of our comfort zone, right? The new things that are coming out absolutely look amazing. So lots of positivity there. Apparently, G the Hypersapien is in Australia, much like our friends, the Weather Pig and the Pale Orc.
Pig, yeah.
Again, looking forward to doing next week's Saturday show. So we'll see you guys there. And we're still working on guests at this point, so it's a mystery to us who we're going to have on.
I have no clue.
But you know what? Even if it's just the two of us hanging out, we're definitely going to have a great time hanging with our regular streaming viewers and our UK friends who can make that new time period better than the old one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You guys definitely have a great night. I know Bophnit is going to stop drinking rum and go to bed. So definitely get some rest. And it's all good, Running Bear. Kaiju, yes. Kaiju's also from Australia. Man, we know some really cool people from Australia.
Awesome.
It's a shame. You know, I'd love to see that beautiful country one day, except for all the spiders. Have a great night to all. Have a great weekend. Now, Methos, say my name. We do want to thank, of course, not only our people who support us during the stream, which is always amazing, or support us watching our other videos. But now I am going to thank our patrons who help make stuff like this happen, like when airbrushes fall apart, or compressors explode, or potato. Thank you guys so much. But we're going to thank now our patrons, and I do get excited during this part. So if you guys have me out loud, there's a good time to mute me or turn me down or something.
Don't mute him.
I really am excited to thank Bloodclaw, Heinrich Bartha.
Heinrich. I can't pronounce his last name.
Bloodclaw, Running Bear.
Running Bear. Is he a bear or is he a cub?
Bloodclaw, Richard at the Nerd Life.
He is the Nerd Life.
Bloodclaw, Big Mac Danskull.
He's big and he drives a Mac.
Bloodclaw, Brian, the Mini War Mutt.
He's a howling.
Bloodclaw, Big D at the Game Craft Dragon.
Because he got a big D.
Bloodclaw, Chief, Live Gaming.
He is the chief. And he's alive. Right?
Bloodclaw, Inquisitor Zane.
Zane. He's insane.
Grey Hunter, Brother Roxas.
IT Master.
Grey Hunter, Zack, the Crimson Painter.
He paints red.
Wolfguard, Kalo.
Dropping trowel, baby.
Wolfguard, Commodore.
Not the computer, but better.
The mysterious Wolf Lord Anonymous.
We don't know who you are, but we will find you, and we will thank you.
Defender of the old ways, the ultimate Wolf Lord Beaks.
Clap them cheeks.
And the ultimate Wolf Lord Archer.
Enough said.
Thank you guys so much for your support over on Patreon. Thanks to everyone who supported, grabbing their Frost and Fist mugs and t-shirts. We actually had a nice spike last weekend, and it's good to see awesome people supporting that way. And again, if you're just sharing or watching or commenting on our videos, we appreciate that support too. So thank you guys so much for watching. This was a really fun stream tonight, guys. If you guys enjoyed tonight's episode, then please make sure that you grab up an ox and smash that like button. In the name of the Emperor. Drop us some comments down below and feel free to be part of any of these ridiculous conversations. And if you guys are not yet subscribed to the channel, then Fricolicioso and this guy would love to have you as part of the pack, part of our community and hobby family here on the Frost and Fist. Until next time, guys.
We love you.
Stay frosty.